All right, y'all, today we got DDG goes ballistic on his haters. I've been seeing some clips on TikTok where it seems like DDG's crashing out, bro. Hey, man, at the end of the day, everybody's human, and there's only so much talking a human can take before it's like, you know what, I'm gonna talk my shit. Let's get around the video, see what's going on. You already know what it is. Where you at, family? Make sure you guys tap into the Twitch streams. We're streaming every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I want to see you guys there. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Come on.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look sweet.
What's poppin', y'all? We might have just finally seen a human side to DDG, which some people will say finally he was like that when he was just dropping the videos on YouTube and he was dropping vlogs and all of that. Although I will say that, you know, I really wasn't keeping up with DDG except for that. Didn't he have a beef with Famous Dex, was it? Or somebody when he first started rapping? That's when I tapped into DDG. When he was just doing like the YouTube rap type of era, which just goes to show you that DDG is, when it comes to being...
That's one thing. I'm going to say it before Yasin says it. DDG's been in this game a long time, and y'all can say what y'all want about the man, but you got to give some respect where respect is due. If you don't like him, fine. You can have that conversation on why, but you can't say that he's not a legend in this content shit, bro.
Able to catch trends, and I say that in a positive way. He is really up there, but he was on stream and talking about how he doesn't feel like people see him as a human being. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
I genuinely feel like do not look at me like a human. Am I lying? I be reading some of the shit people be saying about me. I'm like, damn, bro, like, you don't think it can hurt my feelings? Or you just plain, just straight up?
Bro, I feel that way. The way y'all be coming at me in the comment section sometimes, I be like, at the end of the day, I got tough skin and it's funny. Keep commenting, keep talking shit, say whatever the fuck your little heart desires, right? It's just part of the game. But the way y'all be talking cash shit sometimes, it almost, you do have to kind of sit back and be like, nigga, do you forget that I'm just a nigga on the internet saying my opinion? Like, god damn, I'm human too, gang.
Don't give a but I think really think like I'm just like a character. I'm not like an actual human with real feelings and all that shit.
I wish I could say that this was just an age thing. That's a dismissive tone that someone would make, whereas like, yo, your audience is mostly kids, teens, maybe even early 20s, but he's constantly adopting a new audience as he continues to surf the waves of content. Otherwise, you're just going to age out of the game like a lot of people have. So you have a young audience. They don't need, of course, they don't look at you as human. They just think you're, the younger the person is, not the younger, but younger teens, they just think like, yo, if this person's rich, his life is amazing, and yeah, we could say whatever and he can take it. And they don't think the repercussions of their comments. And it's not just their one comment, because to them, they're like, yo, I just made a comment. But to the streamer or the content creator, whoever reading it, they're reading hundreds or thousands of comments like that and seeing them everywhere. And I think the worst, and this isn't DDG's audience saying this about him, the worst comments always come from the people that don't watch you. Now, there is that community that didn't mess with DDG's show that are constantly giving him hate, you could call it, but people that know of DDG, don't watch him, and don't like him, those are the people that have the most hating comments of anybody, not just DDG. But it's funny because DDG is somebody that he invites the hate because he knows the hate helps him farm views. And I will say that I've never seen hate for DDG like he got when the first accusations came from Halle Bailey. That was when I really said,
I mean, that's a different level. Like, when you signed up for that though, you gotta know it's gonna be that level of hate. We talking about a Disney princess. You know them Disney fans, they gonna come at you hard, gang.
wow, this guy's he's got some mental fortitude to be able to handle that level of heat, because these chicks were calling him a scumbag, they were calling him an abuser, they were calling him so many different names under the sun. And then when you think about what we've seen thus far of him and Halle Bailey, and it sounded like he was living in absolute terror for a year and a half, 2 years, however long they were together.
And he was still putting out content, acting like nothing ever happened, bro. You know, again, you gotta give some respect where respect's due, brother.
older, you start to think, damn, not only are these people making crazy comments about you and accusations, but they're objectively wrong, and you know that they're wrong because you were the one living through the terror. That's something else to deal with. But DDG knows ball. He knows the game, and he gives some respect to a certain segment of haters. But I'm gonna play you guys this clip right now when he talks down on his haters.
I call it, then you need to look in the mirror and you need to figure out why the fuck you mad. I look at when they flex money, I look at niggas that's hopping on jets every day and I get motivated. I don't get angry.
Facts. That's, hey, facts.
I look at that shit, I'm like, damn, I want to do that shit, bro. Damn, I need to grind harder. I close the app and I get to work. I don't
G.
look at the app and comment.
Never. And that's something that I like, again, I understand the concept of like, at the end of the day, us as content creators, we are nothing without y'all. So without y'all engagement, without y'all commenting, without y'all liking, y'all leaving y'all opinions, positive or negative, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what keeps niggas relevant. So to sit there and like not want y'all to do that, I feel like it's almost insanity. You know, it's counterproductive as a content creator. But on a like just on a big brother level, I do want to say to y'all, like, bro, as a grown ass man, even as a upcoming nigga, even as a young nigga, I don't think I have ever in my life went to a celebrity that I fuck with or don't fuck with and left a paragraph or an essay talking shit about that person that I do not know in real life. Like, that is a different level of, I don't want to diss y'all, but how do you get so worked up about people that you don't even know? You write in a, like, I could, like, it's like you can literally, some of the comments that y'all be leaving on videos, you can really like, we've all been in a text argument before, gang. You know, I know what it feels like to, you know, type on your goddamn phone with aggression. I've done it before for my bitch. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas like, bro, I be worried for some of y'all. It's not that deep, gang. Enjoy it. Like, dislike, leave some feedback. But you can almost see, you could feel the hate behind some of y'all niggas' fingers.
I'm tired of you flexing money. What the is, okay, after you hit send on that comment, check your bank account and see if that went up. Did it.
Damn.
You gonna hate at least get paid. That's why I respect the Twitter pages. Like, I respect the little fear bucks, nigga. I expect the Akinos. I respect the Scuba Ryans. They hate on it, but they getting a bag behind it. Y'all hating for free. It make no goddamn sense. You're poor. Yeah. What you gonna do about it?
Oh my God.
Nothing.
Now I will say DDG, like, again, while I'm, you know, kind of, I don't even say backing you up here, I will say this type of crash out though, it's not really justified, because at the end of the day, all you're doing is dissing your audience. Potentially, right? And it's not gonna stop. You do this, you're saying all this, niggas are not gonna magically stop leaving hate comments. That's not how the internet works, and you know this. So he's been on in the game for a minute. Like I said in the intro, a nigga's human. It only takes so much before, you know what I'm saying, you end up crashing out every once in a while. But it isn't going to help you in any way, shape, or form. It only could potentially hurt you. And just through that lens, it's like there's no point of even doing it.
You can't hate on me. You can't cancel me for that because I've been poor too.
This is hilarious because in the previous clip on the same stream, DDG's talking about like, yo, people don't think I'm human. They're just hating on me, this and that. And then bang, he starts giving them a reason to hate. I do think DDG's got a point. Well, he is the type of individual that's motivated by people flexing, by material things. And this goes back to the aged beef, which doesn't exist anymore, between Soluminati and DDG. When DDG was trying to flex on Soluminati, saying Soluminati fell off, and then Soluminati just said, yo, I'm kicking it, doing what I want. I don't need all the stuff that you got. you need all that stuff or you don't feel good about yourself. And I think that hit different because So Illuminati just comes back, he chills, he does what he wants. People don't have this expectation of him. And I do think that they like him because they're like, yo, this guy just pulls up on stream. He's not flexing a watch. He doesn't got any chains. I mean, he's got a nice car. He's got a nice house. And he just does his thing. He's got his own girlfriend. He's not flexing girls constantly. Whereas when someone's flexing, and especially if they're flexing like DDG, there's envy that's built up. Like, for example, there is no downside to being humble and not flexing. Nobody's ever upset at Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao's filthy rich. But Manny Pacquiao, you know, he's nice, he's humble, this and that. They don't have anything to say about him. People don't really have anything to say about Khabib's wealth. People don't have anything to say about a really, really wealthy person if they don't flex it. Now, if that person flexes, they could be half as wealthy as someone else, or a quarter, or a tenth, and they really get in on them. So for DDG, or like, let's say a Floyd Mayweather, people feel envy towards Floyd Mayweather because there is a subsection of people that aren't inspired by that. And they just feel like, man, F this.
And I get it. Me personally, I love it. I love it. Now, I'm not necessarily the type of person that's overly flexing. I think I like to flex a bit. You know what I'm saying? Because, nigga, I worked hard for this shit. So it's like, I'm an honest nigga with myself. I like to feel good. I like to be complimented. I like to feel the fruits of my labor. So it's like, when I flex, me personally, it just is what it is. I worked hard. I want to put that energy out there. It makes me feel good. It is what it is. But I also don't think it's cool to be an asshole. I also don't think it's cool to, you know, point your finger at somebody and be like, ha ha, you're poor, ha ha, you suck. Like, nah, that ain't never gonna be in my body. And that is never something that, you know, I'm gonna co-sign. But what I will say is there's two sides to that shit. I think the way Soul goes about his shit and the way DDG goes about his shit is cool, bro. That's kind of like that's like J. Cole versus Drake. Drake got the jets and the cars and the, you know, the flashy and all this stuff. And it's like, we know J. Cole got it too. But he likes to ride around in his bikes and shit. He don't really be popping out with the chain. Just like, but they're both greats in their own regards, nigga. And you as an individual get to choose who you like more or less. That's completely fine. You get to decide who motivates you more or less. What I think is just lame is I think people just need to not get so overly invest. Pick your motivations, you know, decide what is going to be your positive inspirations and influences, but don't feed into the negativity though, because it's not going to do nothing for you. Negativity don't pay. If anything, it can only harm you, poison your mind. It might not harm you in the way where it's like affecting your day job or some shit, but shit, you might be surprised on the harm it does to your day job. Now you walking around bitter, got negative thoughts mustering in your brain over a motherfucker that you've never met in your entire life. Why would you even waste any mental energy on that? You know what I mean? You got a life to live. You got your own goals to accomplish. So that's my advice to y'all, the audience. Don't pedestalize these people. Pick your influences, decide what you're going to allow to motivate you and make you get to that next bag, that next raise, that next idea, whatever it is that you need to do to push forward in your life. Cool. But as soon as you see something that you don't like, pick and choose, nigga. Motherfucker, I bet your ass got selective memory with everything else in your life, nigga. Be selective about what you going to allow to affect you negatively. Don't let that shit poison your mind.
Guy, he's got it and I don't. So there's potential. Of course, there's upside because you're getting talked about more, especially in a career where it makes sense to get talked about. And for example, Floyd Mayweather being the villain is great because people want to pay. They're going to pay to watch you lose, or hope you lose, or they're going to pay. Yeah, they're going to hope you lose. So whether you win or lose the fight, you won because people want to see you fight. and to hope you lose. So that the people that are inspired by you, they want to see you, and the people that envy you or hate on you, they want to see you. So that's a similar case with DDG, but you do invite that envy, and that, I think the only thing maybe worse than somebody having money and flexing it, like that level of envy, is maybe somebody having like a girl that people are really into, like somebody, and they feel that that person doesn't deserve it, which is really the most homo thing ever. Like, there's
Yeah, that's gotta be like, bro, you are actually sweet as fuck. You as a grown ass man are stressing another nigga hoe that you was not fucking, nigga. What?
That get envious when a guy that they feel like doesn't deserve a certain chick has a chick and she's into him. It's absurd. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a thing. He is right though, and like, yo, how are you hating for free is crazy. But it's a little bit of a stress release. Somebody comes home from a long day of work, they do a little bit of hate, and it's like playing a video game, right? Some people play video games, some people gamble, although that probably
You funny
doesn't
as
help
sin.
relax you. Some people, they just let the hate out and then they go to sleep smiling. It's just, it's in the soul.
Hey, at the same time, just hate for the love of the game. I guess that can be almost respectable too, man. Niggas just hate for the love of the game.
But he does give credit to these Clippers, and not
That's
gonna lie,
funny.
They do rage bait, and they are making a bag off of it. So I gotta salute them as well. But then DDG kicks some game, and he says why he tries to drive this negativity.
I know I respond to the negative a lot, but y'all gotta understand from a business perspective, I know what people like to see. People like to see drama. People like, haters love to feel like they're winning, but that keeps them continuously involved in what you got going on. The biggest topics right now is all surrounded around drama. Everything in hip hop right now, drama. That's all people care about right now. Everything on social media, drama. All people care about, bro. Like, you ain't never seen a movie category that says happy.
He's spitting some facts, man. Again, I'm not jealous of this. I don't know if any point in my content career I end up in a situation like this. I know where I want to be. I know the things that I want to do, and maybe it just comes with it. But he's right, though. He is right.
You got drama, you got horror, we're dying in that. You got comedy that always got a plot where nigga is funny, but there's something bad going on every time. Like, it's always drama. Like,
And that's, again, you got to remember, these niggas are entertainers at the end of the day, bro. They're not motivational speakers. They're not church pastors. These niggas are content creators that are in the niche of entertainment.
drama, bro. That's all people care about.
He's correct here. We've never seen a movie called Happy, but we have seen a song called Happy, and that did very well. And he's correct in that storylines, like, for example, I remember this quote. It was from a book. I don't remember what book it was that I read. But it said the purpose of the plot is to plot against the protagonist. So you need conflict. And when you think about it too, whenever someone's happy, when a streamer is in a happy relationship, that is when, that's like chaos. That's when everybody says they fell off. When somebody's chilling, they're in a happy relationship, they're, oh no, he's not making the content that he used to. Now, it's not just because he's in a relationship, but the relationship compromises the type of content that the person can get. But yeah, every single topic, it's just that negative emotions charge way more than a positive emotion. And I remember there was, I wish I could find the list. Yes, I was able to find it, and it was an email I got from a writer that I really like. And it said, contagious emotions. Emotions are personal, and most of the time we can put effort into creating them or avoiding them. But in a community, emotions spread, and not at the same rate. Consider these emotions roughly sorted by their virality. So this goes from most viral emotions, how they spread, and least. So you've got panic, apprehension, enthusiasm, frustration, indignation, that's a big one. Elation, so that's a positive one. Nostalgia, curiosity, cynicism, determination, gratitude, vulnerability, melancholy, triumph, contentment, resignation, apathy, overwhelm, wonder, joy, satisfaction, serenity. So the least viral are serenity. So if someone's at peace, that's not going viral. And let's keep it real. Does that reflect content? Yes.
Yeah.
Satisfaction. Very, very little joy. But it's wrapped up in, if we want to share the emotions near the bottom of this list, we're going to have to really work at it. And this is why you see streamers that embody the lower rungs. They usually are significantly smaller than the ones that go under panic, apprehension. Even enthusiasm is a positive one as well, but enthusiasm is a perfect example of speed. Like that level of enthusiasm got
That nigga's walking around barking like a dog. That's a different level of enthusiasm. Gotta respect the hustle though.
him far. So that's just something I wanted to share. Then you've got DDG flexing hard, and this is the type of stuff that I feel like invites the hate. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
None of y'all ever been more poor than me. Ever in your life. I guarantee you. None of y'all never been more poor than me. I've been real deal poor. Real poor. 4P at president. Appreciate that 10. What? I'm a first generation millionaire. First generation college student. First generation valedictorian. First generation every fucking thing. You damn right I'm gonna pop my Don't make me go get my stack out. I go get it. And I'm tired of showing the same money, so I'm gonna go.
See, this DDG's talking about people hating on people that are rich. They're not necessarily, there are some, but this is not necessarily people hating on someone that's rich or people hating on someone that is rich and flexing. This invites hate because people feel like they're getting put down. And this, none of y'all ever been poorer than me is crazy. Just the fact that DDG had the fact that DDG had a home to go to bed in means there are plenty of people in America that are poorer than him.
Yeah,
but
that's
the fact
that's
that
true.
he had equipment to film his first videos, and we're not talking about DDG's international audience. If we're taking it internationally, hell nah. There are plenty of people poorer than him. And this is like DDG, he's traveled, but he's gone to places that are made for Americans to travel to, like places that are relatively nice. Like DDG hasn't experienced, and this is a thing about America. Like America is so rich that people can walk around with an iPhone in almost any neighborhood, no matter how bad, and not really trip about it being stolen. There are other countries that are really big that do have a lot of wealth where you're walking around with an iPhone. It's like walking around with a brick of gold, and somebody might just run down on you with a pistol to
That's
take
facts.
your iPhone, your phone, your smartphone. That's not a thing in America. Maybe like people were stealing phones like 10, 15 years ago. Nah. Like 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's not really happening.
Maybe between 2005 plus. But now you don't really got to trip about that. And people don't trip about that. They just they have their phones out. When is the last time you heard of someone getting their phone stolen? Like stolen out of their hand, somebody runs down on them. Very, very rare. So DDG does not really understand true levels of poverty. Like Mr. Beast, he understands it. He's gone and worked with them. But this is the type of stuff that invites that energy. And it's also him giving an example of what he said earlier in the previous clips, where he's like, this is going to spread because it's quote unquote negative. People are going to give their comments on it. It elicits an emotion. Now, which one of the emotions from the list that I gave you guys do you think it elicits? A couple of them, but let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Word, man. At the end of the day, what I will say is, if DDG was watching this and he was gonna take my advice, bro, keep doing what you're doing, keep making your content, keep stirring the pot, keep being entertaining, but don't diss your audience though, bro. Don't even, cause I don't think that clip going viral doesn't do that much more for you. You know what I'm saying? I think you doing whatever you're doing with your show, the drama, addressing that, talking about your girl, stepping up for your girl, all that stuff, the back and forth with you and your baby moms, all that stuff, doing what you do, okay, bet. But this, just flexing on your audience, like the ROI is not really there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you got another viral clip, but I don't think you needed that one. You already got enough negative shit, spamming on your shit. So that's my personal thoughts. But at the end of the day, what I did say to y'all, the audience, throughout this video, I think that is honestly the more important thing, man. Don't get so worked up over this shit. Enjoy it, especially when you are watching an entertainer. Now, if you are watching somebody that is fucking passing your laws, you know what I'm saying? We just seen, now that was, I don't even really want to mix situations, but my last upload one of my last uploads, we were just talking about the recent fucking passing of Charlie Kirk, and that is a very tragic situation. Kind of pissed I even brought it up because it just changed the whole mood of shit. But it's like, okay, but even him, bro, that's just, I don't know. Point is, don't get so worked up over fucking opinions on the internet, gang. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Because when you see situations like in that last situation with Charlie, it's like people are getting way too worked up. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Make sure let me know what y'all think about the video. Damn, bro, I just fucked up my mood bringing up that bullshit. Fuck. I love y'all, man. I'm out of here. Where you at, family? Type of the Twitch streams, link in the description. Sub up. You already know it. Bye.
Where you at, Berto?